Hey guys, it's Protoman111 back with Let's Play Megaman Legends 2. When we last left off, we just rescued Shu from Glide's forces and also subsequently destroying Glide's base at the same time. So, with that, let's just go ahead and report back to the Guild Master, let him know that everything's hunky-dory and that we can actually get into the ruins now. Because, you know, that's what the whole purpose of us visiting, you know, Nino Island is. Then it's nice to save somebody who's in danger, so. Oh, well, hey, they're right there. Well, that makes things easier. Really? More stuff to do? Fuck. Apparently they're not done yet.
I'm very, very disappointed in all of you. You can't even capture a little island by yourselves.
Sorry, sir, sorry!
Go, Fear! We're done for! They're bringing in the main ship! What'll we do? We're doomed! Bringing out the big guns, huh?
Why don't we try using the secret weapon you were telling us about?
Huh? Well, that won't make any difference. It's broken.
Well, I'll fix it then. Come on, Megaman! Huh?
Hey, wait! Get her back, Megaman! It's our job to stop the pirates, not hers!
And of course we're all taking initiative, so we should follow suit. For this next section, I strongly suggest you had the machine buster at the very least. If not, have something that's fairly rapid in firing speed. This next section will be made much, much easier with that, with the machine buster. I can guarantee you this. Real quick, I'm gonna check to see if maybe the item's actually available right now. I'm not sure if it's available like right after Kalbania Island or if it's available after this next segment. If I can not be lost, confused. Fuck. Over here. See if he has it. Apparently it's not available yet. Well, that's kind of depressing, but oh well. Okay, enough screwing around. Let's get back up to the roof. We gotta stop Goliath from, you know, destroying the island and pretty much destroying the key possibly with it. Because, you know, all the work we just did would have been made useless. Aside from the fact that we saved somebody. So basically, get up to the roof. That's all we need to do right now.
Roll, don't you think...
There! It's fixed! Here we go!
Huh? But...
So what can they be up to now? Oh, it doesn't matter. Never mind. Go ahead. Just shoot them. Fire glide missiles.
Roll!
Whoops! Sorry, Megaman. It looks like it broke again. It's going to take a few more minutes to fix.
So basically, shoot down the missiles to protect the parabola gun. That way, maybe we can launch a counterattack. Since the machine buster here fires very rapidly, and if you upgraded the attack to max, you could quite literally blow up the missiles each shot with one shot of your own. Also, the timer may do a weird thing if the machine takes too much damage, or I think it's depending on the difficulty level. Not entirely sure. If you do not have the machine gun buster or don't want to use it, even if you want to instead use your buster gun, have the aqua blaster available. That way you can put up the fire if the parabola gun actually gets caught on fire. But
Mission start!
with the machine gun buster, that should never happen. That percentage meter is pretty much the timer you have. When it gets to about 99.9%, you're ready to go. There's nothing really unique about this fight. Just protect the parabola gun with blowing the missiles out of the sky. Not all missiles will hit the parabola gun, so you don't have to worry about getting every one of them. You can basically tell if it's going to hit the parabola gun based on their arc, so it's not a big deal. This is not entirely hard. No matter what license you're doing, the only thing that's probably going to change is the missile waves and also the timer up at top. It might be something different. So as you can tell, the machine gun buster is really effective here. I mean, it makes shooting the missiles that much easier. If you try your buster gun, you better make sure you have enough range and power to actually do any damage. It'll take more than one shot, which could cost you if there are many waves of missiles coming at you.
Can't you do anything right? Oh, that's enough. No more Mr. Nice Guy. We'll destroy the entire city. That way there will be nothing between us and the ruins.
Ultimate Glide Buster, fully charged!
Ready the Ultimate Glide Buster. I was hoping we wouldn't have to use it, but they have given us no choice.
Oh, crap.
Uh-oh. There. That should do it. Here we go.
We're going to hurt them with sound waves, is that it?
Rule. It's working. See?
Nothing's happening.
Wait, stop! What are you doing? If you keep that up, you'll...
Right, so...
We did it! We did it, Mega Man!
Wow, Rule.
Right, so we destroyed the, Glide's main ship with the not-so-sound wave parabola gun thing. Right, so, now, let's go speak with the, I'm still quite confused. Let's go ahead and talk to the Guildmaster, let him know everything's alright. I'm gonna try and do the first part of these ruins, these actual story ruins. Better open them damn ruins. With the rebreather, you can breathe under the water. Talk to this guy; he'll give you something as well. Use your special item part, or special weapon part rather. Okay, so with that, the ruins should be open, and the entrance to the ruins would be just outside the Guildmaster's headquarters. Whenever you feel ready, just take a big jump into that pit. But real quick, before we even think about doing that, let's get the part I know for a fact it should be ready now to purchase. And also, this is my least favorite of the story ruins just because of one thing. You're underwater and you tend to move slower than dirt. That's why it drives me nuts, even though it takes a little bit to get used to. The item we need is the joint plug. Pick that up ASAP. Okay, the aqua chip is optional. You do not by any means have to pick it up, but it'll basically create shoes that are the equivalent to your jet shoes that you can use underwater. If you attempt to use your jet shoes underwater, it won't work, so you'll need these other shoes. By all means, they're not, necessary for you to complete the ruins. It just helps you move a little faster, and you will need them to reach an optional area, which is completely, not important. But real quick, let's head back to roll. Once you buy that joint plug, I do believe you have to make it actually into a part. Yes, so you need to actually go to roll and have her make something out of it for you. Also, I think we can make a couple more items now while we're at it. So let's get that out of the way really quickly. Okay, the joint plug, it'll make the adapter plug. And voila, now you can have 3 buster parts. The aqua chip makes the hydro jets, which, like I said, are completely optional. Okay, now you need the rusted mine and the bowling ball. That makes the ground car. I have not used this extensively, so I'm not very sure what it's about. I believe it's a shooting, a moving ball that moves across the ground, or a projectile that moves across the ground to blow things up. Make sure you also, whenever you receive mechanic notes, actually have her appraise those so they become useful to you. Just about that. Alright, for that. Okay, with the artillery notes and the thick pipe, you can actually create the Buster Cannon. This is what I was mentioning earlier. Okay. The Rusty Bazooka plus the Firecracker will actually make the power of the Buster. Or, oh, wrong. Hyper Shell. It's called Power Buster in the other game, but... Okay, that's the Buster Cannon. This is not very, very nice range, very, very nice firepower, but the problem is you can't shoot while you move. Furthermore, the recovery time just after firing is kind of a little big, so be careful. This is basically like the Power Buster in the previous Legends game, except it shoots an orb. When the orb hits, it'll blow up and create a sort of small AoE effect. Okay, it throws a rolling project explosive and it'll blow up whenever it touches something. Okay, and there's something new here. For this next dungeon, I do suggest we take the drill arm because this will make our boss fights much easier. That, and there are also a couple of hidden breakable walls in the dungeon that also yield things like in the previous dungeon on I believe it's Manda Island. But aside from that, there's not much new. Also, if you've picked up the in the previous section when I showed you the accessory pack, I believe it was, this will actually help you quite a bit. Raises your attack, energy, range, and rapid by 1 point. Or you can actually take the route I used to take, which would be Power Razor and a Rapid Fire, which would be +2 on both accounts, so it would be +3 for attack and energy, but this actually does seem more balanced than the other setups. Also, I'm going to go head back. Before we start, I guess I'm going to have to actually make this a little shorter, because the next dungeon is, like I said, quite long and quite tedious. The first part of it's not bad until you actually start getting water pumped into the room, and then you start moving slow. That will actually require you to get a little bit used to fighting in the water, which is something we never did in the first Legends game. So real quick, let's just make preparations. I probably will make another video this week. I know I've been saying that I'm trying to do 1 video a week, and that's just because I haven't had many people watching videos, which that's fine, I guess. I mean, it's my own fault. I let the channel die as bad as it did, so I only have myself to blame. With that, I believe there might be another part here. No, not at all. Okay, so with that, there's nothing else to actually purchase. Buster part-wise, this is my setup. Upgrade, booster, and accessory packs. They raise everything fairly accurately or fairly evenly. Real quick, I want to check something out. Okay, that is +3 on each account. And that is, let's see, 1, 2, 3. And the rapid is 2. This one actually seems to be more of a balanced build if you're looking to be all around. But at the end of the game, being all around may not be the best choice, especially if you want to do a lot of damage in a short amount of time. So with that, we'll just go ahead and get started to show you the brief basics about this dungeon. Just jump straight down into it, and we'll start.
The second key is in here somewhere. Be careful, Mega Man. Don't rush things. This is a really complex structure. Be careful you don't get lost.
Indeed, this structure is quite more complex than the Manda Island ruins, so just be aware of that. There is no upper, lower floor stuff like we had to do in the other one. It's basically go down, go down, go down, go down kind of thing. So right now there is no water in the chambers, but you will actually have to flood the water later to get things done. So right now it's not a bad deal. It's just like any other ruin you've actually wandered into. First room you get into, these guys are here. I mean, they're not anything new. By this point, you should be used to them. Actually, get this done right. Nah, it's still a little stronger than I'd like. Okay, and of course, if you want to use the trick by any means, go ahead, do so. I find later on in the game when you've actually acquired parts to make your rapid very high, doing the Buster trick is useless.
There's something that looks like a large cliff in the room ahead of you. I'm not picking up any Reaver bots.
Let's jump off the big cliff. Of course, this guy decides, I'm gonna kick your ass. Oops. Yeah, I'm not paying attention. Apparently not paying attention. Yeah, that makes it easier. I wonder why that... Okay. You can get a nice amount of money here, especially in the room. I don't think in the story ruins that the spawns will ever change. It's usually the sub ruins that the spawns do change. It's randomized. So. In this place, use your map because it can be somewhat confusing, and especially if you're going to explore everything in the ruin. Yeah. Big fall. Here's a trick I've learned with the jet shoes. Now, if you're activating your jet shoes by holding circle, press forward as you near a clip, and it will give you a little extra jump height as opposed to before. And you can actually use that to kind of cheat in this room a little bit. It'll give you just the right amount of height to actually get to cross the gaps and things. But I did it at a too low of a ledge, so but. I'm just going to try and demonstrate that trick that works properly here. And it's better to turn around, because when I've tried actually running backwards and hitting the circle to turn around quickly, like that, I found he ran over the edge and fallen off. And whatnot. In the couple of flip rooms we run into, there will be chests like this, so. But with that, we actually have to stop here. So next time we'll continue these ruins, and I will show you why I don't like them very much. So this is Protoman 111 signing off.